It is wonderful to see you today. Got my old hands wet here. Where have we come to? We've come to Chandler's Cross. Now, why have we come here? Because this is a specialist steak and grill. It's called Prime. There's 5 locations all around. Now, Chandler's Cross is about 5 miles, I think, from Watford. And yeah, nice big bull here. And I want a nice big steak as well. It specialises in steak, so I'm going to go for the biggest one. Do you know, I've already made my mind up. It's going to be a porterhouse. Not had one of them on the channel. As always, I've got to dry my hands. Let's give it a go. Hello, you okay? How's your day? Good? Excellent. Here we are inside. I've got to say, how's the best way to describe it? It's kind of an upmarket Miller and Carter. It's very nice, it's stylish, it's got some brickwork here, got a big bull's head over there, and they really specialise in their wine. Now, taking a look at their wine list, a glass of wine is around about £7, 10p to sort of £7.30, and obviously upwards, but the lovely displays of wine sort of everywhere. Having a look at the menu, now I'm going to come back to this. This is their lunch and early bird menu, but when I was outside in the introduction I said yep, I want to go for their big one. So I'm looking here. Now the interesting thing here, it says all their steak are sourced from the finest farms focusing on grass-fed cattle. Now I'm going to go for the porterhouse. This highly prized on the bone cut is like getting 2 great steaks in one, which obviously it is because it comes on the bone. On one side you've got the sirloin, the other side you've got the fillet. It says here it's juicy, well marbled, and all the rest of it. It's 900 grams, and it is £75. What is on here, it says for the hungry or for 2 to share. Now that comes with a couple of sides. You've got a choice: French fries, triple cooked chips, mash, broccoli, or salad. I'm going to go for the triple cooked chips and the broccoli, and also I need a couple of sauces to go with it as well. So I've chosen a peppercorn sauce and a Stilton and parsley sauce. They're £2.50 each on top. A couple of interesting points here. If you actually bring your own wine in on a Monday, all you do is pay a corkage fee. So yeah, on Mondays that's a bit of an extra special. But this is also excellent. And this is their 2-course lunch and early bird menu, and it's available from 12 o'clock until 5, Monday to Friday. Now you've got a choice of starters now. I'll just give you a couple of examples. You can have buffalo wings, you can have squid or duck. And then onto the mains, they've got likes of a pie, they've got prime Wagyu burger, but it's got no steaks on there. If you want a steak, you just pay a slight supplement. So for a rump fillet, it's £4 supplement, a ribeye £6 supplement, and a prime fillet, another £8 supplement. So again, it's catering there, you know, for if you just want to come in on a lunchtime basis. So there you go. The other thing I like is they've given these cheese little sconers here that as complimentary, so I like that. So yeah, all good. Yeah, well, I'm finished with that. That's great stuff. Thank you. Yeah, I'm finished with them too as well. That's great. Thank you very much. So yeah, nice little touch. Now I'm really interested because this isn't easy to cook, this steak. I've asked for it medium rare. Are they both going to come up medium rare, or is the side of the fillet side going to come up rare? Fingers crossed. You know, do you like the vibe in here? Staff are excellent. You know, attention to detail is really, really good. Everyone's going to be a bit disappointed because I've just gone for the tap water. But then again, if I'm spending £75 on a huge, great big steak, don't really want to spend too much money, do we? So, so yeah, away we go, and I'll see you when the steak arrives. And I might have a pudding afterwards. It depends how big the portions are and yeah, how we feel. So, cheers. Presentation, take a look here. Now that is a porterhouse. What I like here as well, the steak has already been taken off the bone, which obviously makes it a lot easier. So obviously that's the fillet there. That's the sirloin side. Got some lemon, greenery. That's the broccoli, and I think there might be some cheese on top in these chips. And I've got to tell you, first impressions of them chips, they've definitely been cooked 3 times, triple cooked chips, nice and crunchy there. Well, that's what they look. Then you've got the Stilton sauce there, and then you have a peppercorn sauce as well. First impressions, I like it. You know, it's appealing on the eye, and yeah. And again, if you take a look at this steak, this skillet is absolutely baking. He said, don't touch it. It's the first thing, as usual, I touch it. But again, you've got the sear marks on one side. I'm going to look over on the other side. And again, first impressions, it tells me that is at least medium rare or rare. So let's dive in. Now, cameraman's turned around and said, yeah, no, I'm not having anything today. Good. I'm going to start on this side. Let's grab a piece of the fillet. I'm just going to pull it out so you can just see it there. Wow, it's definitely coming off the skillet there. So you come here, and then I want to compare that, because that is definitely, I'll just take a close-up, that is definitely medium rare. And let's just take a piece out of here. Now I just want to have a little close-up and compare them there. On this side, I think the fillet is more of a medium, if you like, medium to, yeah. And this one definitely over here is medium rare the other way. So not perfectly cooked, but definitely not cooked badly. So no issue. So let's just cut in. Let's see how this cuts. So this is the sirloin. The other thing I want to show you as well, this has been nicely rested. So yeah, this has been nicely rested. The skillet is like on fire. That first bit was a little bit chewy, so I'm going to reserve judgment on that, but I want to turn it over. And again, one side, crusty on both sides, not too much crust on there. Now, listen, I've had one small mouthful, so I'm not going to judge that whole steak on that one mouthful. But what I'm getting out of it is a lot of smoke. So again, that's been done over coal fires. There's no doubts about that. Now let's try this fillet. Wow. Well, take a quick close up on this. Do I need to cut that or just pull it apart? I mean, that is just, yeah, that is, I can already tell you, super tender. Tendy? Did I say tendy? Tender. Awesome. That is fillet steak can be really bland, but that has been seasoned. Whoever's in the kitchen there has already seasoned that, because it is really full of flavour. But the thing about it is the usual. Is it tender, juicy? It is not just tender. I can't tell you how tender that is. Oh, I want to go back again. I'm going to take another piece. It's not such a big piece. Let's take this piece here. You can see the searing, and again they've rendered down slightly the fat on the ends as well, so it's a bit crispy. But that first piece I had was chewy. Let's try this one. So there you have it. Don't always go on first impressions, because that's where it's wrong. And I've learnt that. I've got to say, I have learnt that. So from my point of view, okay, that first piece doesn't always work. You know, again, they're not to know that in the kitchen. First piece was a little bit tough. That second piece, no issue. Zero issues with that at all. Now, I want to show you something else here. The bone, just going to lift that bone up. And again, you can see they've taken Knew enough all the meat off that bone and made life so easy. Okay, and I like that. You know, if they've done that to my sirloin steak or they've done that to my fillet steak, no, you know, I don't need someone to do that. But that just makes life easy because again, well, how they're advertising that is for two people to share, and there's definitely enough there for two people. You've got to bear that in mind. Is that worth the money? I'm going to reserve judgment on that because we need to dive in and try some of these sauces. The Stilton one. Now, will the Stilton overpower? You know, because Stilton is obviously very strong when it comes to. Let's just pour it on. Let me just pour some on here. I'm going to pour it on the fillet. That poor little piece of fillet is drowned. Well done, Gary. I'm so sorry. Right. I would imagine now I am going to get an overpowering taste of Stilton. No, not at all. Yep, you can taste the Stilton. That's no issue there. But again, my fear was it's going to go and go and go. And where's the steak? I can't taste any of the meat, but you can taste the meat. So again, that balance is very nice. It's creamy. I'm going to take a close up in here. That is creamy. It's got herbs in there as well. There's a little hint of garlic. I like that. Do you know what? I can't remember the last time I actually had the Stilton sauce in the in a steakhouse. I can't remember that. I'll move you over there for a second. And I'm sorry about this, but you're going to get drowned now as well. So I'm going to give that a little stir because I have been yapping away for a little bit. So another peppercorn. You can see whole peppercorns in there as well. The first impression, I like the colour. I like that colour. But it's about the flavour. Bless you. I think someone sneezed in the background. Let's cut you there. And try. Yeah, you can see little whole pieces of peppercorn in there. Now, that's more creamy than peppery. And do you know what? I want that punch when I'm having a peppercorn sauce. And the thing about that is, and please come in again, it's a little bit thin. You can see that is a tiny bit on the thin side. Not unpleasant. Don't take that. You know, chap came over. I'm not going to send that back because it's not unpleasant. But I just prefer that little bit, you know, a bit of a kick. Now, let's move on to these triple cooked chips. Well done, Gary. Do you know, I'm quite proud of myself there. Because the number of takes we have to do when I say triple cooked chips is quite incredible. I've said it twice now. I'm not going to say it a third time because I'll ruin it for myself. But I want to go in here again, try it again with this peppercorn sauce, and let's give that a second try. Now, that does cling. No, not. No, now it's all dropping out. Forget that. That great. Yeah, take a look at them. I'll tell you what that is. Apart from being a huge chip and a big, chunky, huge chip, that's like a really nice roast potato. I do like them. I think that is a good triple cooked chip. Chips are chips, fries are fries. No, they are not. That is quietly impressive. Wow, so far, got to say, I'm only disappointed really so far with the peppercorn sauce. I'm not really that disappointed with that. Over to this broccoli. Take a look in there. Let's just grab a piece off the top. Got some cheese there. You can see all that cheese. Cheesy broccoli. That is a cheesy broccoli. Now, the broccoli, no issue there. That's full of flavour. I like the way it's kept its colour. Beautiful colour to it. But there's a slight problem, and that is the cheese has really overpowered it. And that's overpowered the flavour of the broccoli. Again, it's not unpleasant, but the fundamental flavour and taste you're getting is that cheese. Still not good, not bad. Would I order that again? I probably would. But you've got to like your cheese. If you're not into your cheese, then you're going to struggle with it. Now, what do I think? Is this enough for 2 people? Take a look around. Is 2 of you going to be, mind you, the sauces are additional. So is 2 people going to be happy with that? I think so. I think so. I've got no complaints. Especially the star is this fillet. Love it. That is fantastic. So, 1 minute to go cold, although the skillet's helping out massively here. Still got to, why do I have to do that? It's too hot. Yeah, it's hot. And away we go. So, I'm going to try and wade my way through this, and I'll see you guys very soon. Leave it, don't be touching. Hear that crunch. Oh yes, they're excellent chips. Excellent, look at that sauce. Well, nearly all done. 2 of them left. A couple of pieces of meat left as well. Definitely want the rest of that fillet. You come over here. Now, I've actually really enjoyed that. It's incredibly filling, so there's no way I'm getting dessert. What do I think? I think I'm going to get the bill and give my thoughts outside. Would you be happy paying that money for 2 people? Was there enough quality there? I think there was. In regards to that fillet steak, that was. And I'm not mad about fillet steak. You know, from my point of view, you know, ribeye for me, that's the one with all the flavour. But I'll tell you what, that was a really good piece of fillet. Sirloin could have been a bit better. But I'll tell you my final thoughts outside. All in all, yeah, they were sensational. I'm struggling through it though. Okay, I shall see you outside. Bit of mustard. Ooh. So here we are with Brucey the bull. What do I think of Prime? I think it was really good. Was it excellent? It just missed it on a couple of bits there. On the steak itself, I've got to tell you, the fillet was one of the best fillet steaks I've ever had. That was absolutely fantastic. But the sirloin, again, some of it was a little bit chewy, and it wasn't cooked perfectly either. You know, however, I didn't mind. But if you're coming here and you like your steaks medium rare, I'd actually order it more medium if you're having a porterhouse. Again, that peppercorn sauce, that just needed to have a little bit more punch, a little bit more flavour with that peppercorn. And again, with the broccoli, the cheese overtook. It overtook, and again, there's too much cheese in there. So, but overall, I'm being picky because I thought it was very good. The service was excellent all round. Yeah. Onto the bill. For the porterhouse, it was £75. The Stilton and parsley sauce, loads of parsley in that sauce, was £2.50. The peppercorn sauce was £2.50, and there was a service charge, which came to a total of £10, so £90. That was enough for 2 people quite comfortably. Now, I've been to Hawksmoor, Goodman, Flatiron. It certainly wasn't as good as Hawksmoor. Hawksmoor's up there, that's the best. But this was still very good. Just in little points, has knocked it back slightly. Would I recommend Prime? I definitely would recommend. I'd come back here, without a shadow of a doubt. I really recommend it. Marks, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. 7.5, 8. I actually think nearer sort of the 8 mark. Got to tell you, if all them other elements were actually all there, I would have given it marked here slightly higher. And again, in fairness to the chef, it's not his fault that, you know, there was a little bit of gristle within the sirloin side of it. They're not to know that part. So yeah. If you'd like and subscribe to the channel, you know I always appreciate that. Now, come on, give me a lift home. Please do not climb on the bull. That's just typical, isn't it? Typical. Just try and have a bit of fun. The fun goes. You can't have your long, oh, it just does. Winston, you're looking a bit grumpy. I take it they wouldn't let you go on the bull either. Typical, you can't even get on the bull. Very sad. I just wanted a bit of fun. That's all I wanted, was a bit of fun. just a bull. All I wanted to do was put my leg over, jump on it, have a bit of a laugh. That was it, nothing else. Oh,